Hi friends, this is Sadiq Ali. Uh, in the series of Runtime Fabric, I would like to share few scenario about Runtime Fabric. Okay, that actions for to perform action on RTF. Okay, um, consuming perform action on RTF and deploy application using Maven. Okay, in runtime fabric. And auto recovery in RTF by controller. Fine. I'll demonstrate them, all of them in here. First is that exchange access to perform action on RTF. This is very important point here because we have sometimes we have suffered a lot and um, not able to find the solution for that almost a couple of days. Okay, so I would like to share my experience here that whenever you want to deploy, you want to provide the access to the user or responsibility to deploy application in runtime fabric through any point platform. He should have access of actions as a full access. Okay, like write, read, view, manage application, read application. Maximum the authority should have to perform operation in Exchange, because whenever we are going to perform operation in Exchange, that that user will have to read, write, and deploy fetch application from the endpoint fabric. And whenever we are deploying application in fabric, uh, then its version maintained by the application in Exchange, and we can roll back based on that. I'll show you that how you can do. But the main point is that the user who's going to deploy the application should have our maximum access or roles for Exchange in any point platform. Okay, this is the first point. Second point, deploy Maven application using deploy a Moonshot application um, uh, using Maven. Okay, let's go and deploy application on Maven. This application I have created. This is uh, POC Maven demo. Okay, what is that we have here is this one. Okay, the configuration, let me demonstrate the configuration. This section of the POM file, it's very important. This is my POM file, sample POM file. Here is that you need to provide the public URI for the platform. Then Moonshot version, definitely I'm using over here is in properties. Using a password for the Anypoint platform. Application name, the name for application which you are going to deploy, definitely you can borrow from here, but I am just keeping here for demo purpose. And the server exchange 3 is the exchange, the server ID which I have configured in my Maven setting.xml file. Okay, setting.xml file. Okay, so and this is the target is the Kelton mule target is where I want to deploy. So I want to deploy in my Kelton mule runtime fabric. Okay, environment is sandbox. You can see sandbox. Deployment time of 900,000 milliseconds. And then I have extended timeout because of my network. Due to my network, I am receiving lots of timeout from my laptop, so I kept this one. Although it's not all the time, but sometimes. Okay. Provider is MC, that for standalone and MC Cloud Hub like that. So, but runtime fabric it's MC. Okay. So you can leave it from that, not required to change or carry. Right, and here you can see the replica. Replica is 2. I want to deploy it on single instance. Okay, it is not going to provide me high availability or cluster based um, um, points or benefits, but and we can change it. I will do that. I will change it for a demo purpose. Okay, and This is I'm using the Moonshot application example, like the template example. Definitely you can use many things, but I'm using example right now. Okay. So let's go and check the application. The application over here. Go and deploy. Let me check the application location. Okay, this is the application. I have already used this one, so let's keep this one. Version is 2. Let me check what version I have in Exchange. The version I have right now is 101. Okay, so I keep this one. Okay, let's run practice. Deploy. I right now I am publishing my assets to the Exchange. Okay, and later stage I will execute the command to deploy from Exchange to Runtime Fabric. Okay, so the command for the deploy in Runtime Fabric is, let me copy from here. Okay, copy it. The previous command was to deploy to publish your assets in Exchange, and then second command to deploy in Runtime Fabric. Okay, let's see. I forget that to change replica is one. Okay, no worry. I will change from Anypoint platform, but you can change it to two, and it will deploy in two containerized environment. Okay, so in two pods actually. To mention here, let's deploy it. Okay, it's started deploying in my Runtime Fabric environment, deploying Maven demo. Okay, checking application is started. Let me go and check what is the status happening here. You can see it's being initialized, it's being deployed. Okay, let's see, for initializing. Okay, let's wait for some time. Okay, it's running now. Okay, so we can check, go and check in Runtime Fabric environment. You can see that um, yeah, it will take time to reflect here over here. Just wait for some time, let it reflect here, then we will change um, the domain URL. Okay, it will complete. Take some time to reflect status over here. So just although sometimes because of my network and resources on my local environment, but be sure that it reflects quick. to the line what you are seeing right now. Let's go and change the URL, okay? Just for super site. Now it will deploy once again, but let it happen here. And I'll show you the Maven Microsoft Exchange restrictions what I was mentioning over there. This was the last deployment, right? This was being taken care by the exchange itself, okay? And it's happening through the your username password. So user should have all the access of the exchange to perform all this operation, that your runtime environment able to perform the operation in your exchange, okay? And whatever changes you are doing, you can update from here itself, okay? If the it usually it perform all the changes of the application, uh, and this is keep the history of the application only, okay? And apart from that, you see this is the version, this is the application version, okay? If you go and check the in exchange, okay, the what exchange the version I have deployed 1.0.1, okay? So this version comes here. I'm not enabling last mile security. I will come in next video, but right now I am just demonstrating here how to deploy application using Maven. It's very simple and very easy configuration. It was given in MuleSoft document itself. So you have to configure all these parameter in your AnyPoint page application, MuleSoft application. Apart from that, distribution management, this is important part. And then you have to perform two command to release, first release to publish in exchange, then you have to perform operation command to deploy in runtime fabric, okay? So let's see what's happening here. I believe it's done. Let's go and check. Okay. Okay, good. Now let's go to the host. Okay, you can see that I have already configured the URL over here. Okay, you can see I have already configured the URL. This is the URL. Now you have to we have to just replace the name because it's application name. I'm not changing anything here. Let's be like that. Okay. Um, so I copy this URL. Okay, I copy this URL and I'll go to here. Let me go here. Okay. I'll go to here. And what is the application name? Demo. Right. You see that this is the demo. Use of demo. Right. And the application uh, location. Let me go. Mark Maven. Just very simple application. So I not demonstrating anything else. Um, that's it. Okay. Can you request? Let me check. What is the problem? Oh, sorry. This is Maven. Let me take Maven demo. Listener Maven. Let me check. It's right now. Maven demo. Let me check one more. Let's see what is the problem. Support this application up and running. Application should be up and running right now. It's running. I can take and it's add maven demo. Let's go copy this location. Go to the host. Check the room. Maven demo. That's a 4. Fine. Okay. Wait for some moment. Printing tape, maven, HTTPs, maven. Yeah. Now you can see it's working. Okay. So this is the way to deploy application on your Anypoint platform. Okay. Let me check. Yeah, it's fine. So this is the way you have to deploy application on your Anypoint platform using Maven. Okay. Second thing, let's go to validate auto disaster recovery. Okay. And doing auto disaster recovery, I would like to show you that what is the meaning of that. Okay. If let me MS Word. Here is that let's assume that one I have one controller and I have two worker. Okay, and the both worker are in the different nodes. Okay, the point is that if you remember different nodes. Okay, now this is the controller. This is the if I mention here the controller, and inside the runtime fabric. Okay, this is the runtime fabric, and how it's communicate to both the pods or the server. Okay, now what happened if anything goes wrong, right? If anything goes wrong over here, we have deployed on two replica. One is server 1 and another is server 2, but server is not out of network. Okay, it's not reachable, but configuration is 2. Then is the responsibility of controller with the help of the supplementary component ETGH and cluster environment. It will create available another pod in available resources. If the server 1 node 1 is available, it will replicate the same pod to over here. This is the internal responsibility of the runtime fabric. It's not required to have any manual process, but it's just to have that if anything goes wrong in the server, it will take care the application with the defined configuration. Okay, let's see how it works. Right now it's replica is 1. I'm going to add replica 2. Okay, let it happen. It's slow. Okay, it's being deployed. Let's go and check the status. Right, it is being deployed right now. You will see one will be deleted because whenever we are performing any change in the platform, it will start creating a new pods with the new changes, right? And it will start destroying the older one. Okay? You can see this. Which one is going to be new one? You can check that with the edge, and you can check which one is the new. This is the new, and this is the new. Okay, 8p and mm1. You will see that this one will be destroyed. Okay, so let's see that what is the status. It will take some time, so I'm going to pause my video and we will come back again. You will see that uh, T TG2 will be destroyed. Okay, let's keep because this is the older one. Just pause here. Okay, now we are back and let me see that what is the status. It has been deployed on two server. Let's go and check from Ingress what is the status right now. You'll see that um, the older one is deleted, right? KG2, okay, you cannot see the KG2 over here. The ML and the 24 were new one, right? ML and this 24 were new one, right? Okay. So this is the deployment. Okay, let's make a request. Where's the request? You see, you are receiving request, right? Now, what is the issue over here? The point is that if server 2 went wrong, right? Something went wrong with the server and it's not responding to the controller, right? Let's go and see what is the controller. So, 192.34, I believe 35. You can see Kubernetes, pause, refresh it once, super side, and you will see that's the unique deployment, right? You can see the node 1 and node 2. The application Maven demo has been deployed on two server, right? And here as well you can see this is deployed on two pods. You can see the two pods, right? From here you can notify that on which server it has been deployed. Okay, the point is here now the server, if I take it 38 server is out of network. Okay, let's see that which is 31 38. Okay, this is I here. Let me check which one is 38. This is 38, right? So I'm going to shut down this server. Okay, it will take some time, so I will shut down for. Okay, now server 2 is going to out of network. Is previously we were taking care many tools, size scripts, other DevOps tools to perform the operation to monitor the platform. That if anything goes wrong, then application will take those scripts will take care, right? Let's see which one is going to out of network. Um, okay, this will go out of network. Just wait for us a moment. It will be destroyed. Okay, we keep set it down. Let it take some time. Okay, you see it's sitting down, right? This is worker 1 and this server 2 is being set down to the command prompt. Okay, so now it is out of network, right? 38 is out of network. Okay, it will reflect here, but it will take some time, right? I'll go to the here. You can see it's still required. Wait for some moment to get notified that server is not up and running, right? Give me some moment. Which you can see which node was running there. The node was, you can see this is not 95, right? So what is the meaning of that MML? This will be destroyed, right? And we'll see that new pod will be created on available server, right? Now available server is only one, that is 35, right? This is the only 35. Okay. So let's see that what is happening. You can see that it has created new pod, right? It is creating new pod because the older part of pod is being destroyed now. Okay, they are terminating that pod over here, right? So let's wait for that. It will be terminated. You can see it's being terminated to the controller. Self recovery mechanism, it's being supported by runtime fabric when the application goes out of network. Okay, it will keep the configuration in the platform which we have provided in our Anypoint platform UI. Okay, because we have configured um, the configuration we have done, its deployment target is 2, so it will keep the replica at 2, right? Let's wait for some moment. It is 38, and here you can see that it's still 38. Okay, you see that system status is issue because one server is out of network. Okay, 38. See that what's happening. I hope you are able to see that this is being terminated, right? Because this was on 38 server and 38 server is out of network. So the controller is taking care that it's getting the record of this pod, and it will be deleted from server once will be available. Okay, and instead of that server, this instance is being this pod is being created in available resources, that server 35. Okay, let's go and check control once again. It will take some time. I'm going to pause this video, and we will run this command once again when it will be destroyed. Okay, and let's say that it's taking too much time. It depends on the resources and process. Let me pause the video for some moment, and we'll be back once it will be destroyed. Okay. Okay, now you can see it has been destroyed, right? You can see that this mml2 is not here anymore. Okay, same thing, you can check that the server is it's I started the server now, and the server is up and running, but the pod has been deleted, right? You can see the status of application uh, uh, environment is let me check, it should be degraded. um, Let me check. Yeah, it's degraded. Why is degraded? Because one of the node is not responding. That's 38 is not responding. Hence, it shows that system is degraded and it has limited resource. Okay, you can see the although I have started the server, but it will take some time to reflect over here. Okay, as agent in controller will notify to the independent platform that server is up and running. So it will take some time to process it, but yeah, that's work. And you know that this demonstration I have tried to show you that the controller itself works as a in disaster recovery mode. Whenever anything goes wrong on any node, any pod, then it will destroy that pod and will create another pod if required, based on the configuration what we are providing in our Anypoint platform UI, right? Like if in any point UI, if I provide three pod, three replica, and two replica it's went out of network because of some issue, then the runtime manager will the controller will create another two pod uh, to replicate three replicas which I have requested to deploy in environment. That would help us to avoid any impact on the request which we have planned for our product. Like we have planned that three instances required or three deployment are required for this application to handle such amount of TPS. Then it will perform automatically a disaster recovery process that if anything goes wrong with any pod, it will create another it will create the same number of pod but we have configured over here. Okay, so that's the scenario I want to explain over that, and in coming next video I'll demonstrate a few more scenario to show you that how it works. Okay, thank you.